Man is good, but he rarely does what he should. It's Rhyme and Reason 371.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason.
Hey there, Tony here. How you doing? Boy, I'm just shooting them at you rapid fire, aren't I? And this time I'm talking about you. Yeah, you, man. Man is good. You're good, right? Well, the way I put it is man is good except for most of the time. I saw a Christian on social media quoting Ronald Reagan. I believe this was on Twitter, if I remember correctly. Anyway, the quote was, this is Ronald Reagan saying, "I know in my heart that man is good, that what is right will always eventually triumph, and there is purpose and worth to each and every life." Now, I enjoyed listening to Mr. Reagan. He delivered engaging and entertaining speeches. They called him the great communicator. A lot of people did, and he was. He was an excellent communicator. But on that occasion, Mr. Reagan was horribly, terribly wrong. To say man is good is really to totally ignore history. And if you're a Christian, you know, or you should know, that Jesus himself said the total opposite. So who are you going to believe, Ronald Reagan or Jesus? I hope that's a rhetorical question, but I'm not so sure. History books are pretty much laid out on the framework of man's inhumanity to his fellow man. Yes, that's sexist. I said man and his and fellow man. I'm just leaving the women out, aren't I? No, women, that's because they haven't done anything bad. No, none of them have ever done anything bad to any other women, so you can't talk about them. And actually, if you have been alive long enough to understand, you realize that man is a representation of humans, and you don't always have to say humans. I'm digressing. That's an area I wasn't going to go. Anyway, day-to-day news even plays out the same way. Human beings murder other human beings with what I call heartbreaking ferocity. And the voracious, and I mean humongous lust for blood seems to be increasing with each new year. Now, how could anyone dare say man, corporately, as a whole, is good? And yet, there are potentially redeemable qualities in each and every one of us. Otherwise, I don't believe Jesus would have suffered such a tortured death. I mean, he created us, and his desire is that none of us should perish. It says it right in the Bible. God wishes that none of us should perish. So, he willingly allowed himself to be nailed to a cross high on a hill where everyone could see, and he endured an agonizing, humiliating death just so you and I could live forever. But if man was truly good, you know what? That would have never happened. He would never have had to do that if we were good on our own. Now, I get it. Maybe you want to choose to see the good in everyone, and if you're doing that with the same motive as Jesus, fine. But I know most people who say man is good are just ignorant. And willfully, most times, they're ignorant of the truth. And remember, it's the truth that'll set you free. Not what you feel like is true, but what is true. Say that. If I didn't know better, I'd say you were right when you said what you said that dark and fateful night. But you got it all wrong when you said man is good. And that's a conclusion I've never understood. If I didn't know better, I'd say that you care. But a person who knows the truth would never share anything contrary to what our Maker said. So it's vital to get the truth into your head. If I didn't know better, I'd leave it alone. And I'd shelter myself inside my comfort zone. But I know it's essential to rightly divide the word of truth with the world that just wants to hide. That does it for this episode of Rhyme and Reason. And I want you to remember that even though I don't think that man corporately is good, I think you're mighty good for tuning in to the podcast. It's brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com, maker of fine words and music, merch and books. and rhymes and reasons. And remember, as always, as I always say, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and